Good evening, I'm Danielle Miskell, and thanks for joining us here on Fox 56 News. We begin tonight with deadly tornado coverage. Republican gubernatorial candidate Kelly Craft has been very passionate about education reform here in Kentucky.
A loud boom that caught his attention and drew him out here last night, where he witnessed most of the shooting that happened here on Main Street. And as you can see, the water has receded, but what is left is mud. Mud is covering the entire floor. In fact, where I am standing is in about 2 to 3 inches of mud. As you can see, there is so much smoke. There's ashes falling from the sky. It seems like it's a stressful situation, but the families that I spoke to in these homes told me they feel safe and they will not evacuate as long as the fire department is here.
Imagine walking 50 miles. Divine Karama is showing his support for kids in the bluegrass by doing just that. Sudan receiving its first shipment of humanitarian aid today, including critical medical supplies.
I want to point your direction to the big turnout that we have over here. The whole crowd is waiting for a big axe from Jack Harlow to Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes.
Especially the women who are being directly impacted by this decision and just had their abortion appointments canceled effectively this morning. What do they do now?
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Danielle Miskell. First on Fox, the nonstop revival at Asbury University is taking its first pause. Over the past week and a half, people from across the country have made their way to the small Kentucky college to experience the movement firsthand. We got a taste of spring today, but the winds of change are in the air. Meteorologist Justin Esterly joins us now with a look at what they're blowing in. Drag queens may soon have a tougher time finding a place to perform under a new bill filed in Frankfurt. Our Colleen Finney has a breakdown of this legislation and reaction from the drag community. New tonight, a pedestrian is fighting for their life after an early morning crash on Interstate 75. Sticking with politics, a Lexington lawmaker is filing a bill to remove Confederate holidays from Kentucky state law. Robert E. Lee Day, Confederate Memorial Day, and Jefferson Davis Day are no longer observed, but remain on books. We're continuing to track the aftermath of a fire that destroyed an Owingsville community center. The loss has left many wondering where to turn. We're celebrating President's Day by honoring a Kentucky hero.
Yes, Andrea, so something interesting to note between the bar and grill and the home that Xing Shang invaded. Both women that I spoke to at each place told me that when they encountered this shooter, his demeanor was calm. Let's start from the beginning. Stephen Xiangsheng appeared as our Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week 5 days ago, accused of stealing expensive lawn equipment from people's homes and pawning them off up in Covington and Cincinnati. That's what led Deputy Caleb Conley to conduct a traffic stop in Georgetown, where Xiansheng shot him and fled, stealing a car from a Georgetown home. Some 15 minutes down I-75, he came here to Rose and Jim's Bar and Grill, where he shot his second victim, David D. Leonardo.
I heard somebody yelling, help, help, and I looked out and it was Dave. Cops told us to stay inside, and my main thing was I wanted to help David at the same time, but he had somebody, so I wanted to get in the house. Yes, I was afraid I was going to get shot.
Jessica Arnold is D. Leonardo's neighbor, and she says she saw D. Leonardo holding his side on the ground.
They hit him in his side twice, and it come out through his back kidneys. Yeah, he's in ICU still. He's stable, but he's not out of ICU yet.
She also saw Xiangsheng and noticed something odd.
But as calm as he could be. Walking just slow, not just getting the cooler and running, you know. Like somebody, yeah, he just gets cool and walked normal, put it in the car and took off.
Xiansheng escaped in D. Leonardo's Ford Bronco and headed down into Lexington. About 8 minutes away, he came to this residence at 860 Charles Avenue, where Marcia Taylor was inside with her fiance taking a nap.
The gunshot woke us up.
And then she came out to find Xiangsheng inside her home trying to hide from the police. He came in through their door they left open to keep the house cool.
I said, you need to go. We can get on out of here. Go, just go. Don't go out there. Just your hands up like that. Give up, because you're surrounded.
She also noticed he was calm.
He's just walking through the hallway, through the living room, through the kitchen, back through the hallway, just like back and forth like he didn't care.
Taylor said Xiangsheng wasn't alone. A woman was apparently with him. He claims it was his wife.
Blonde hair and glasses, but she was crying and everything.
Taylor and her fiance came out of the house, followed by the woman with Xiangsheng, and then he was arrested. Taylor heard of a Scott County deputy sheriff being shot, but didn't know that killer was now inside her home.
Yeah, it was real scary. He could have killed us.
And I'm here now at the Fayette County Detention Center where Xiangsheng is being held. I requested to interview him this morning, but he declined my request. He's going to be arraigned tomorrow at 1 p.m. and he is facing 5 charges here in Fayette County. He's facing an additional 6 charges in Scott County, and that includes murder of a police officer. Live in Lexington, I'm Danielle Miskell, Fox 56 News.
He may be the best kept secret in Lexington. Blues artist and business owner Dee Young is a Lexington native and the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame's newest inductee. It was the 60s. Young was just 13 when he picked up the guitar.
Started playing on a railroad track with a bunch of old men. Yeah, I just listen and watch, and then I can pick up, I can learn. So anyway, once I've done that, then my brother decided, said, let's put a band together. We would open up for the Jackson 5. We would open up for like Aretha Franklin, James Brown.
Life on the road showed Young where the world drew a line, even one music couldn't cross.
It was rough times because some of the little towns that we go through, black people wasn't allowed to stop.
In the 80s, he saw this building one day and was inspired with a business opportunity.
Then my brothers come up with the idea, let's put a club in there.
TD's Lounge was born. It sat in the heart of the most soulful scene in Lexington, surrounded by other music clubs. Today, it's the only one left.
People was trying to shut us down.
When faced with discrimination, Young turned to the one thing that gave him purpose.
When I have a problem or something like this solves it. It makes me go out to my instrument. That the blues is really gonna come out of me now.
Jessica Blankenship, executive director at the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame, knows Young's true impact.
He is Kentucky music, really. Probably one of the most influential impact artists that we've got at the Hall of Fame.
She sees how Young collaborates with young musicians, even giving them a chance to perform right here on his stage.
That's how you build better musicians for a better tomorrow.
To me, it means a lot to Lexington. It sends a strong message. Things are changing.
TD holds that candle. He holds that light that brings us back together to remind us of our heritage, our ancestry.
In Lexington, Danielle Miskell, Fox 56 News.